Good, good. So welcome, you guys. Bill Kerbox. I've been a real estate broker agent for about 38 years now, probably a lot longer than many of you have even been certainly agents, but maybe even older than you are in the planet here. And so what I'm gonna just jump right in and share a little bit of why you should listen to what I have to say. You know, why is that of value? And so I'm going to go here and we're going to take a look. So I'm going to share my screen. Let me see who else we got to add. Admit those. Okay. So I'm going to start a video here. That's me. Good morning. I'm going to try and we're going to connect this to nothing so that we don't waste any bandwidth. I'm going to share my screen and we are going to optimize it. So the story is that about 19 years ago, I got a call from a guy that said, can you guys see the screen here? Kerbox Media presents. Anybody?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, good. Thanks. I got a call from a guy that says, hey, I've got this remote control helicopter and I think we can put a camera on it. And at the time I had my brokerage in Pacific Palisades right next to Malibu, super high end, had some good listings. And I thought, you know what? I should probably take a crack at this. So I'm going to play this video right now and just share with you. This is the first ever use of a drone. I had CNBC Live TV, New York Times, and it changed my life. But I'm just going to play a little bit of this.
Well, it's still a buyer's market in a lot of real estate sectors these days. And of course, the luxury home market broadly is still no exception. So how are sellers standing out? Answer: by flying high. Jane Wells, CNBC's own high flyer, has the details from Los Angeles on today's Business Coast to Coast.
It's not easy selling an $11 million mansion these days, especially when it doesn't have curb appeal.
The home is very nondescript from the front. If you were to drive by, you would literally probably drive by.
Realtor Bill Kerbox has decided to make this mansion stand out by going airborne. He's using a remote-controlled helicopter with a camera to take video of the house. So instead of seeing the home like this on Google Maps or using Street View, you see this.
When you can get a perspective that's 400 or 500 feet away.
So the fun part here was that I got an opportunity to do something different. And after doing this, I had another big listing and I fell in love with video. I spent the next 15, 18 years really developing video. And so, you know, I called people like Tom Ferry 4 years before Tom had ever done a video. You know, he couldn't hear a word I said. He didn't hang up on me, but he just was not interested. So during the last 8 years, the tools and tricks and creating video has really been my complete passion. And what's happened is I've learned, and what we're basically going to be talking about today is, hold on, let me let Matt in. What we're going to be talking about today is the basics, right? Why video? What kind of video? And we are talking, you're going to love this, hopefully, about an iPhone. We're talking about most of the videos you're going to be seeing today have been made on an iPhone. I happen to have the 13. If you have the 11, if you have anything but the 4, you're probably going to be okay. And so I think that the fun part here, once we get around the answering the primary question of why video, why should someone take even a second to watch your video? Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Google My Business, and of course, YouTube are filled up with a lot of really bad video. I mean, let's just be honest. So someone's answering no Android. You can do this on Android. It's just a little more challenging. The editing, which we're going to be talking about, is really, believe it or not, primarily done on iMovie. It's a lot easier. It's a very simple tool. So you really, when you're doing video, you've got to get clear. I was just talking to Corey a minute ago, and he mentioned he's doing a couple types of videos. At the end of the day in real estate, you should really be prospecting, talking to buyers and sellers about real estate, right? Social media is a necessary tool, and it's a very important one, but you can't get caught up in sitting on Facebook all day or Instagram, and you certainly can't get caught up in making videos that no one really cares about. So the idea of you and your pets, and the idea of you at the hair salon, although maybe for some types of businesses that can be a possibility. So what we're going to do to start off with is we're going to take a look and actually show you some of the top videos that you should be considering doing. But before we do that, I'm just going to kind of go over a list of that, because most people that I speak with, their take is that, hold on, let me admit this one more person. Their take is that we're talking about property tours, right? The average property tour is probably, from my perspective, too long, too boring. It's not getting to the right person. It really kind of almost is a waste of time. But we're going to be getting a deep dive into how to make great property videos from your mobile phone. But before I get to that, I'm going to just read off a list. And this is kind of my top list. So lifestyle property videos basically give you an opportunity to maybe be into the town, be in the neighborhood, get out and around and pick up clips. And don't worry, we're going to get into it, but pick up clips so you're providing value. When that video is sitting on YouTube and you're indexed with the proper names, like top reasons to move to Daytona Beach, or why retire in Daytona Beach, when you're able to tag those for your market area and be able to capture some of the neighborhoods and your properties, you're going to have a good chance of getting found. The other one, and I really almost kind of touched on it, agent branded area videos. If you're in an area like Matt Badiata, you've got Carlsbad, you've got San Diego, you've got Del Mar. I mean, you've got La Jolla. You've got all of these areas. So, for example, with someone like Matt, we went and shot in every one of these areas. We actually have Matt in there, and we'll show you that video. But we're not. It's just not Matt talking the whole time. We want to show the area. Client testimonials are going to be huge, and we'll get more into that. But I think that it's important to understand that. I mean, this is my belief. When I look at a review that's printed out or written, I just don't. It doesn't have the credibility. And so I'm going to show you guys some examples of testimonial type videos. Just sold videos are great. And we're going to show you how we're doing some very exciting things by delivering those in mail with what we call print to video. The video listing presentation, that's the bomb. When you learn how to not only have that and done right, and then the ability to save that on your phone as a link, right? Not on your camera roll, because that would be an MP4 video that would be too big to send around, but as a link. So we're going to be talking about whether you should be on YouTube, you should be on Vimeo. And I know we're covering a lot. We do have 3 one-hour sessions, so we'll dig deeper. Market update reports. These are the most abused video that, in my opinion, many times it's a guy sitting at a desk, talking, and really not giving any value. If you want to do and I'll get ahead of myself here, if you want to do a neighborhood report or market update, go out into the community, get yourself mic'd up. We'll get into that, and do something for a minute, right? Stand in front of a house that it just sold or just come on the market, or some activity in the neighborhood, and give them a shorter version. I don't know how many of you are on KV Core, but we're going to get into some short personal text videos where you basically just give a kind of a semi-private message, put that MP4 in the text, put the KV Core link in there to the home value or the neighborhood report. And then, of course, community events. You know, if there's they're having a, I hate to say it, but if they're having like a farmer's market or a pet store, you can get out and interview people. You're going to have to take a risk. And so what we're doing, I'm keying right in on my first question, why video? Provide value to the viewer. Local business interviews, we'll get into that. Those can be tricky. If they're used right, they can be great. I go into restaurants, and then I love, one of my favorites is top 3 reasons to move to a neighborhood. And you know, you definitely are gonna, I take a look when I take on a client of what the competition is, who's out there really doing it. So I'm gonna go ahead right now. I've got a few chats. Okay, are we gonna get a copy? Well, I'm live right now on YouTube. So when I'm done, I will put that in there. And great. Okay, waiting to admit. We got everybody. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen here. We're going to optimize that. Okay, good. So we're going to get right into it. So this is a little more sophisticated, but I want to show you. You don't go in the Porsche dealership and ask for the one that has, $5 tires and it looks like crap. You want to look at the best. So I'm going to share with you a listing presentation video, and then I'm going to show you how, and by the way, the image that you're seeing here, let me know if you're not in the chat. The image is actually the front of a mailer card, and we put a message. I have an exclusive video offer for you. We put a QR code and a link. These crush any other kind of mail because embedded in that video is a link to in this case, KV Core home value, neighborhood report, or search. So I'm going to go ahead and play. This is a video listing presentation.
Hi, this is Marcus, Kiwi Golter, Coolwell Banker, Global Luxury. We're here at this beautiful home in the Pelicans, Newport Coast, that we just sold using our advanced mobile video marketing system. I'm really, really excited about it. So come on inside and I'll show you more. So the team and I, Carlos, Shane and Anne, started out with the smart drone. We progressed to the high definition stabilized video camera with the sole purpose of being able to deliver to our clients the highest quality video showcasing their home. But there's something more exciting that I want to show you next that no other agent you're going to interview today has. Follow me through into the other room and I'll show you. So you're not going to see this video system anywhere else. This is our mobile live streaming video platform. This allows us to deliver in real time quality video of your home to our database of qualified buyers, also across the globe with social media and YouTube as well. For more information on how this video system can work for you by selling your home for more in less time, click on the link or just call me direct. Thanks for watching. Marcus, Kiwi Golter.
I think a big part of that video, of the story, is that as this market has gotten tighter and tighter, you've got people that are vicious competitors that will virtually do anything to get a listing. And you've got to learn to stand out. So a lot of the videos that we're going to be talking about today are videos that you can use to impress to get listings. So one of the other pieces I want to show you, I'm assuming you guys can see this mobile site. This happens to be for Matt Badiata. He didn't get to the top for no reason. And so what we've done, and by the way, this is great for Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, and print to video. This is a very powerful tool. So this is an example of an area video that Matt recently did.
Hi there, Matt Badiata Real Estate at eXp Realty. Today I'm here in beautiful Carlsbad, California. You know, not a day goes by that someone doesn't come up and ask me about what's going on with the Carlsbad real estate market. Well, today I want to tell you about a brand new tool. It's called our Carlsbad Market Watch. This gives you instant access to brand new listings, pending and closed sales. You can even find out your home's value, all delivered instantly to your mobile phone. You can also access our Carlsbad Neighborhood Report. Or if you want more personalized information, you can call me directly on my cell phone, 760-390-3895. I really hope to hear from you. Thanks for watching.
And the nice thing about this is while they're watching, they can literally click right on the video here, right below. They can find out how much their home would sell for, and that's a KB Core tool, but there are other tools out there. Or click on another link and go to the neighborhood report. This data is updated every 15 minutes through KB Core, and it's a super powerful tool. The value here is you're putting your video to work with value for the consumer. That's a very important piece. Now, I don't want to show too many videos. That's not really, I want to get to talking about the equipment and showing you guys different videos that you can be doing. But I think it is important to get an idea. Here is a video that we did for a Coldwell Banker agent. And again, it's a good example of using his unique value proposition. And then he delivered this to everybody through email and social media.
Eric Flexner, Coldwell Banker here in Hancock Park at 432 South Lucerne. We just put this property on the market and sold it in 10 days. And you know what? I have this little story I just have to tell. So we got this phone call from the sellers who had just finished interviewing 3 of the top agents. You know, this seller's been here for 35 years. They know everybody. After having interviewed everybody, they called us and they said, you know, we don't like what we hear. We'd love to have you come over. We came over, my team and I looked at it, and we saw something completely different. This was a house that had a lot more potential than it was being given credit for. And so with our staging, with our social media, with our video marketing that you see here right now, we were able to put this property into escrow at almost $1 million more than the second best bid, and it was in 10 days. If you want to learn more about how we do everything like that, we are the top team in doing things like this. Would love to talk to you soon. Eric Flexner, Flexner Group, 323-383-3950. Talk to you soon.
You know, a huge part of, you know, the industry right now is technology, video. And it does zero good if you can't show it and articulate it. And I think that what you've seen in a couple of these videos is that we're showing, not telling, the agent expertise in using video. And I'm going to just show you 2 more little pieces. This is a funny story. We walked into this. We just moved to Florida from Los Angeles. Bet you can't guess why. And we walked into this, she owned the brokerage, and we told her how much our videos were. And she said, oh, we could never pay that. And then before we left, she hired us. But this is an example of one of our property videos. As a result of seeing this, the broker and the agents in the office flipped out, and now they're all wanting our videos. And the point is, they're driven by the seller. So this is that video. This is all made on an iPhone. So when you have a video like that you've done, it is something that can be used on into the future for quite a while. I'm not going to show any more videos. I have thousands of videos. I'd love to show them all to you, but I'm not going to do that. So what we're going to do right now is, we kind of identified, hopefully, the types of videos that are available to you. We made that list and we're just showing you a few examples. But right now we're going to go through the big three pieces here. First one is audio. If you're going to be making a video, and we're talking about the iPhone or actually on an Android, you really need audio in there. So and I've sent this to you via email. This is one of my favorite new products, only because of the price. We use the Rode Wireless Go for most of our work, but this is a quick and affordable way to get audio. When you are recording with a wireless mic, the impact is significant. One of the other pieces that we use is just literally, look at this, and it works, of course, iPhone, Android. It's just a very simple rig. They call it a cage, and it gives you the ability to hold the phone a little bit more steady. It also can attach to a tripod. Again, the thing you're going to like is, and I've watched a lot of people talking about video, got these fancy cameras and these lenses and all this stuff. I mean, this is $19. I mean, it's really kind of a no-brainer. So again, you can get that through there. There is, for those of you that are scared to death, and we're going to actually talk about that, there is a product called Big View. I don't know, it doesn't seem to be opening right now. Big View. So you can get Big View. It's costs next to nothing. I'm sure they've got a free one on your iPad, on your phone. You can type in what you want to say and literally just read it right there. Another piece, and again, I'm just overviewing, is a Rode video. It's a micro video. This means it's just a shotgun. You put this on the cage on your iPhone, and you're able to get good audio, from further away. Certainly, it's much better than just using it. If you just use the iPhone, it's gonna not be a good. It's not going to be good. Everybody goes out and buys the gimbal, right? The DJI is a great provider. There are a number of other companies that make them. I'm going to be honest with you, I don't even use one. I've gotten to the point where Matt and Diane will share with you. I mean, I'm just like super steady. Even though I'm almost 70 years old, I've gotten very steady. I move my legs and I bend my back and I twist and turn. But if you want to get a stabilizer, the new ones have a magnetic clip that gets on that makes it a lot easier than the olden days, which required a lot of things. Now, I just crashed my drone into a skyscraper in Miami, so I'm kind of in a bad mood on this. I don't recommend that you go out and buy drones. I'm gonna tell you why. They're very restricted now. Most of the time when we're flying, we have to get permission from the tower. A lot of the better areas are in the no-fly zone. So if you are considering a drone, the Mavic Air 2 is a great drone, but I would highly recommend that if you're insisting on starting with a drone, I would do the DJI Mini 2. And that's unfortunately the one that I crashed. It does not have collision avoidance, but it's fun to fly and it gets great video. I think a better story for me right now is to share with you the fact that aerial video is super important. Don't get me wrong, but to go out there and start to fly it yourself, which for some people is fine, you may want to consider finding somebody that already has the footage or that can get it for you. There's two other pieces here, and I'm going to keep moving here. This is the tripod, a whopping $30. Okay, this is no big deal. And then the adapter that I like is the Me Photo. There's a lot of them out there. You may already have one. Certainly, this is one to consider. And again, while we're looking at all this, right, just to keep crisp here, I'm going to take this. I'm going to put it in the chat for you guys. And chat here, I'm going to put this in the chat. Okay, so very important to have audio and to have stabilization to the best of your ability. I think that you don't have to spend a lot of money. Okay, so the next piece, and again, we're covering a lot of ground here that we're going to be able to come back to. I noticed that a lot of people had signed up primarily for today, and then we had lessening amounts for the second and third day. I don't know if that was because you just weren't sure if you were going to be coming back or if you felt that you'd get it all in one. There's definitely, this is normally an 8-hour hands-on training. So we're going to cover as much as we can on this so that you leave with something. But tomorrow and Wednesday, we're going to take a general consensus and get in to more details. We're actually going to show you how to create great videos on your mobile phone, and I think that's a very important piece. So the other part I want to get to is the different. I'm going to focus on one thing. I'm going to focus on a property video, and I'm even not going to make it about a lifestyle video. I'm going to make it a property video. And here's the fun part about this. If you're saying, well, I don't have a listing or I don't have one that I'd want a video, find one that you do. Find one on Open House on Caravan and go up to the broker, the agent, and ask them if you can shoot some shots, right? You know, you don't have to, say, I'm putting you on YouTube and you're going to be famous. Just say, hey, listen, I need some video. I may have a buyer. And so what we're going to do right now is we're going to talk about that shoot. Now it's different. I'm pretty sure that you're going to say this is a lot different than what you have been doing or thinking about doing. You're going to break it down to 5 clips. Okay. And those clips are primarily pre-thought out shots. They're not random shots. So if you want to walk through the house real quick and identify the living room's great, the kitchen's great, the master's great, the backyard's fabulous, and of course you need the front of the house, you're going to want to go and then go to the front of the house. You may not even need to wait for that. What I do before I even get started is I've already gone up to the front of the house, and not one of these fast pans, right? Not from left to right. And by the way, you're going to be shooting not vertical, but horizontal. You're going to turn your phone sideways. Yes, there is a use for vertical for Instagram Reels or different TikTok and stuff like that, but not what we're talking about. Hold the camera horizontal. And what you want to maybe do is stand back from the front of the property and then just hold the camera and then walk in toward the front door. And just walk in and get maybe 4 or 5 seconds, right? Maybe a little bit longer. Or if you want to do a pan shot from left to right or right to left, take a little bit of a pan of the front of the house. Once you get inside, you literally, there's basically about 9 good shots that you're going to want to consider. And we've covered a number of them. One is the left panning. Slow, be very slow. The right pan, you don't want to have them all in the same shot, right? And you want to also, you can start off high and then bring it down low, just bring it down to give some interest to the shots. One of my favorites is maybe walk up to the kitchen and make sure you've got a path and then just walk backwards. that's a great shot. So either walk in or out to get a good shot. One of the probably the most effective shots, and you probably are not going to be doing it, is we have this little dolly, costs like $30, and you put your camera on it and you roll it across the bathroom sink, or you roll it into the kitchen, and you can get some really, really beautiful shots. But what I wanted to do is to basically let you know that they're not all the same shots. If they're shaky, get rid of them. You really want to practice. The one thing is getting a property video. Now, if I would go, and I've got a friend, I won't mention his name, in La Jolla, he'll walk in a $20 million home, and he'll walk out and he'll send me the footage, and I'll make him a fabulous video. But you can do something similar if you don't have a listing. And you can put together these 5 or 6 clips, and we're going to show you how to do it tomorrow. We're going to actually, this is a no nonsense training. We're actually going to boot camp you, where you're going to actually see how to put it in, how to alter the color, right? Oh yeah, and the someone just said about the ZHIYUN. I can't pronounce it, but that's a good, very good product. And very smooth for those of you who need it. So when you're considering this first shot, and it would be great, I would love it if you would be willing to do something today. Find a house, if it's your own house, shoot the 5 or 6 clips. Don't walk through the house with the camera shaking while you're talking. Right? Those videos are a little clunky. And by the way, if you're doing these and they're succinct, that's great. Most people spend way too much time doing that, right? So we're going to show you how to put the 6 pieces together, clips together, put a little color in it, remove the background, put a little bit of music on it, and then talk over it. So instead of you being surprised, you walk into a bedroom, and this is the bedroom. You're going to be able to be watching your video and be able to talk about what you see on the screen. It's going to be a lot more dynamic piece. If you want to try and make it more impactful, what you very well may want to do is consider trying to get some B-roll. Right? Some B-roll into the community, right? Whether it's a country club or some other, some other event. Now I obviously, when I say this was made on an iPhone, yes, the editing was done for the most part on there, but I did have a drone. So I'm going to share now we got Amy join us. I'm going to show you and by the way, these videos can be extremely popular if the tags are good on YouTube. So I'm going to show you a B-roll composition from an area that I work in. I did before I left California.
So I decided to take the day off, jump in the car, and head up to Santa Barbara. Look at this. Love driving on the Coast Highway right under that bridge in Ventura. Very soon, took me about 40 minutes to get to Santa Barbara. Look at this bluff here. This is one of the most beautiful places. This is right in Montecito. And look at these. These must be $50 to $150 million homes. I had to get a couple different angles of this. But I jumped on the drone early, wanted to get great shots. But right after I got there, I went to one of my favorite places, the Honor Bar. They have the most amazing croissants and coffee. So I went inside and ordered a little one of each. And boy, it was fantastic. Look at this store. So beautiful. With the scones, they make them every day. They've got cookies. I did not order any. I'm probably sorry right now that I didn't. But they had great community in there. They had a lot of people working, and they were making fresh my cappuccino, and lady really seemed to take pride in what she was doing. So I love the honor bar. So then I decided, well, let's keep going with the drone. It's such a beautiful day. And I wanted to capture a little bit of the airport. This is what it's like actually coming in on a private jet. Just a little bit of footage from the Santa Barbara airport. Here's some of the real estate in Montecito, and of course the Montecito School. They've got amazing polo there. And then if you go up to the village there, they've got Pierre Lafon, one of my favorite restaurants, and lots of cool little shopping. But the country club, look at this, so beautiful. Very private, very difficult to get in for golf and tennis. But I decided to go on up and take a look at the new hotel.
That is just an example of putting together clips. I find that on YouTube, if you could find a way to put yourself in there like Matt, it certainly is a significant video that can get a lot of views on YouTube. Let's see what we've got here. Okay, I want to see. Are there any questions right now? We've covered a lot. We've kind of left it with doing a property video in 5 or 6 clips. We talked about the style and shooting, and then we're going to get into how to put that together and edit it. Any questions about that so far in the chat? Okay. Okay, let's see what we've got here. So I'm going to play a little video here. This is about my shooting B-roll. I don't know if you're anything like me, but I really prefer to show and rather than tell. Here you go.
Shooting B-roll is a very integral part. You can see looking out the sunroof, looking out the driver's side. This is very simple in its concept, but look at the kind of video that you can get. We're actually here in Beverly Hills and just driving down the street. The stabilization is quite fantastic. You don't even really need a traditional stabilizer. Here we are still in Beverly Hills making a turn and looking down the street. So the iPhone and Android certainly capable of getting this. Here we're looking from a tripod in Beverly Hills. We're shooting, sliding up, trying to get an interesting shot. And here we're checking it and doing different types of angles. I always like to look at a subject, maybe an image or something interesting, and try and get it from different angles. Here I am in the middle of the street, and I don't recommend this, but we're shooting B-roll, this traditional tree-lined street. We found a couple monuments and other areas that we thought were good looking and would add to the value of the video. Getting signs. I'm a big proponent of different types of signs. Beverly Hills, obviously a big draw. So I like the reveal, sliding from the left or the right. Here I am sliding to the left of a tree. Believe it or not, that creates a really interesting shot. It just can be a very powerful. And here I am doing my little duck walk. You feel stupid doing this, but it can be very stable. I like to get the close-up shots. I'm a big proponent of that. Here we're doing some reveal in a big house in Beverly Hills. And we're looking out the pool and just using the tripod and literally just doing a pan. I love to look into the water and get as good an image as I can of the crystal clear water. Always a good shot. And I actually go to the whatever level I need to get those shots. Many times I'll lay down. I love the interesting shots. I do not want it to look like somebody just had an iPhone and walked around the house. And when you see our videos, I think you'll see that style. And here we are getting one of those shots with a little bit of color, can be super powerful. And, you know, I shoot more than I need. And it can be kind of a pain when you get it into editing. But you never know what shot is going to really have that special look. So I'm doing a little bit of everything here, trying to capture a great shot of that backyard and pool, doing a little plant reveal. This one coming up, the pool table. We did this in slow-mo on the iPhone, turned out fantastic. Getting some more signs. Being able to show the area from signs can be good. Here we are driving down one of the streets in Beverly Hills. These kinds of shots here can really be good to help identify the area. And we're coming up on some night shots. This was a shoot that we just did down in San Diego. This video really turned out beautifully. We again did this with the iPhone with good resolution for in the evening. So don't be scared to get out there and look for shots a little bit at dusk. Coming up, you're going to see we captured through the skyscraper, a nice sunset. This was a beautiful image. I hope this has helped. B-roll, very important.
I hope that is of help. I've got some good questions here, great questions. So one of the first ones is, are you using the built-in recorder? Yes, yeah, in the iPhone, nothing special. Any recommendations for lighting? Lighting is critical, 100%. You know, you want to you want to shoot with the light, you know, on your back, basically in the face of your subject or your property. If you come in and shoot, you know, at a window, you know, it's all burned out. That's not going to work. You need to find ways, crafty ways to get the light working for you. When you're in a home, turn on every light. Always, my wife kills me for this. Always, you want to, you know, get the fireplace going. Very important. Let's see. So lighting, we are not really using fancy external lighting. We have in the past. And by the way, the tripod, not the tripod, but the cage that we showed you, it can come with a couple of LED lights. I mean, for like under $50, and those can definitely help in a certain area. Let's see. We had another good question. What time of day is best? Well, you know, many of the shoots we've done, and I've shot for $180 million home in Malibu not that long ago, and you know, it was critical that we were there for light, two different lights, kind of a morning light and an evening light. Very, very important. So that is the best time of the day is not midday, right? Midday on a few can probably be okay, but you really want to do you want to do your lighting to the best of your ability. Let me see if I've got anything here that would go. This was kind of a fun one. I'm just going to play a little bit of this.
Hey, it's Bill Kerbox. Thank you for watching our video series, How to Make Great Videos on Your Mobile Phone. Today, we're at Pacific Gate by Bosa. We're here in downtown San Diego in a high-rise. Wanted to show you the footage that we did today and to let you know that it's all possible on a mobile phone. Thanks for watching.
Check
there's quite a few pieces to that.
Hey, it's Bill
that
Kerbox.
are,
Thank
I
you
think,
for
of importance. One is you're seeing lots of different angles, right? We're shooting left to right, up, down. We're shooting all the different angles. And we actually did, as you saw, that we shot at sunset and we shot during the day. One of the obvious pieces to that video that we have not talked about is music. Music is absolutely critical. I mean, you really want to have a great music, and frankly, it's kind of one of our powerful PowerPoints. You know, we know where to buy it. It takes hours to buy music, but you can buy it inexpensively, and you can do it, pull it in on your phone. Again, we're covering right now kind of the primary pieces of video, the property videos and other videos that I think are important. But there are videos that you can do that will not require, that will require even less editing, certainly no color, no music. And those textable videos, I don't know how many of you use BombBomb or any of these other targeted, but I'm going to give you a tip right now that you can take to the bank. And that bank is that when you have let's say that you had a big sale and in the neighborhood, right? And you literally mic up, stand in front of the video, have somebody do it, and you basically say this. Hey, it's Bill. Listen, we're out here in Oceanfront Walk in Malibu, and I just wanted to share with you, this house just sold for $100,000 over asking. So I was thinking about you, and so what I'm doing is I'm putting a link below that will let you see how much your home might sell for in today's market. Let me know if you want to have a conversation. So you didn't need anything to do that. You just make that video. It's on your camera roll. You go to text message. You obviously, I mean, if you don't have a list of people in your market that you would text it to, then you may want to look at growing it, but most of you will. And so just send out a personal message. Say, hey, yeah, I know a guy in that neighborhood. And then you take your link to a home value tool. It just so happens that KV Core is a really great tool to be able to get it, but it doesn't matter if you're using KV Core, Commissions Inc., Real Geeks, whatever it is. But if you want to get busy and make money using video, that's my number one. And obviously the next one would be to do a professional, beautiful property video, because your competition is now starting to do that, right? They're definitely doing that, but not at a huge level. Let's get scratching music with the cat. They like that. Yeah, the cat is available at $1 million an hour. So we're running a little bit low on time, and I don't want to get into my next piece, which is really moving toward color, music, and editing. And those are going to be something that we have to do in one day. And then on Wednesday, I hope you guys can join us. We're going to talk about how to make this all work. Because if you're not getting it onto Facebook or Instagram or LinkedIn, you don't know where to go. Or if you don't have that social media, I think that's also an important conversation. Social media, and I think what I'll do is I'll close up with the conversation about branding. Okay. Branding is the rudder for video. And so you really want to get clear on your unique value proposition, right? Without it, you may just be making videos that nobody cares about, or worse, people just don't even want to watch, right? They don't like it. And so let's just go down this path for a minute, the idea of personal branding. And I don't care if you're watching Tom Ferry or Tony Robbins, they will all tell you that branding is really the key to business, to successful business. Why are you different? So if you're a real estate broker, an agent, and you're with, let's just say EXP, right? You need to understand that your unique value proposition, and there's two doors there. One is business, your personal sales, your brokerage, and the other is having the courtesy to invite other people to see what it's all about at EXP. So that's two kind of unique stories. But if those stories aren't clear, it's going to be a lot more difficult to attract and make a message for your prospect. So within doing more business, you may consider pieces of the value proposition of KV Core and why they will benefit the seller or even the buyer, right? So what would that be? What do sellers really want to know, right? They really, obviously, the first one, they want to know that you care about them and that they can trust you. But a big part of getting that trust, right, is someone who knows what they're talking about and is different. And so I'm going to give you a short story on my listing presentation, even though I'm not using it actively. So rather than going in and piling down, magazines and newspapers and mailers and all this bullshit, let's be honest, right? They really just want to know what you're going to do specifically for them. And they're going to see that same story from everybody. So here's my pitch. So you walk in, you introduce yourself, and you say, you know what, how about we do something a little bit different? I'm sorry, and I understand you probably talked to a lot of realtors, and good, congratulations. But how about we do it different? I'm really interested to take a look at your house, like to do a walkthrough. I want you to show me everything that is important to you in the home. And then if it's okay, I'd like to sit down, and how about we're not going to talk about any of that other stuff, right? Because this is your chance to tell them that the other stuff is really not what's happening today. I'm not going to show you the newspapers and the magazines and all this stuff and how we're part of the global, network and all this stuff. I'm just going to show you things that you've not seen with anybody else. Would that be okay? Once you've set that framework up, then what you're going to do is you're going to use the mobile phone or tablet or your iPad to basically make your presentation. And it's really going to be about four things, right? It's going to be about video, right? It's going to be about distribution and social media, but not in the broad sense, specific. Because if you're, for example, using KV Core.
I remember Michael talking about this in class.
Yeah. If you're using KV Core, then part of that story is that you have your own Zillow, right? So video, understanding the buyer track and being different in terms of social media and distribution and how you can do that. So we're going to get into a lot of those things because everything that we do with video is connected in some way to a unique value proposition for the seller. Or if you're recruiting, then you really want to be able to articulate, because let's be honest, if you go to YouTube, there's a lot of desperate people out there with, it's crazy. They're pitching, they're trying to sell you on rev share and all of these things that really are not the real tools that reasons that people come in. So whether you're with EXP or you're not, we're going to show you in the next 2 days how to use video and social media to get a listing presentation. And we're going to use show you how to use video to make a difference and to be able to articulate the reason that someone should join your organization or join you in EXP. Any questions? Well, we are definitely, what kind of shots are good to take in the kitchen? Definitely, we love to get the, if it's high-end appliances, get a short shot of high-end appliances. We like to get the, rotisserie, or we like to get as many pieces as we can, like of the marble countertops or whatever it is. And we'll get into more details on that. But you can't make a beautiful video unless you have beautiful shots, right? So we're using the neighborhood market report for video you're using, great. Okay. So how we have some different styles for the neighborhood report that I think are absolute game changer. And I'm going to see if I can show you one right now before you guys go. And I think this is critical. If you're going to be, doing a neighborhood report, you want to make it so that they can click on it and see something of great value. Here's one for Charleston. I'll play this real quick. Oh, no, I take that back. This is one without the agent audio. Here we go. Oh wait, we're not sharing the screen. So sorry. So at the end of that, we have access there again, right into the neighborhood reports. I think that what someone entered into the chat is that they're doing neighborhood reports. And as I covered earlier, if you do that out in the field and you make it short, that's great. But I think the key is giving them supporting data. And that is already integrated right into KV Core. Yeah, thank you. I didn't see that. Is the bathroom very? Yeah, stay out of the bathrooms unless they're gorgeous. Definitely, you can you can do a reveal coming from a master bedroom into the bathroom if it's a really beautiful home. And again, the video that we're talking about making is going to be very short, right? 6 or 7 clips. So, and we're going to get into how to do the voiceover, how to remove the background, how to add music and add color, because those things all go together to make a good video. Any other questions? Okay. All right, you guys, thank you for watching. Hopefully we'll see some of you tomorrow.